So, I just recently ran a poll, and this idea wasn't exactly your first choice. That really sucks for you though, because I want to learn how to mod stuff, and that's what I did. Now, before we get into this, I need to give credit where credit is due, because I wouldn't be anywhere without Rusty's video on bullet editing. I'll have it linked below if you want to learn for yourself. Also, make sure to subscribe to me, because I'm 1/50th of the way to a YouTube play button, and I desperately want a big metal plaque hanging on my bedroom door. You clicked on this video to see spells though, and not a yap fest, so without further ado, I give you me. Oracle bubbles. My oh my, these really suck. Don't get me wrong, the damage is good, it's not a huge hit to FP, heck, I can get over the slow cast animation, but this? Like, I have to stand literally right in the boss's grill if I actually want to hit him, or else the bubbles just mindlessly float away. This is a sorcery that I desperately wanted to be good, and while it came so close, it fell right on its face. This is where I come in. My first and only order of business was to make sure my little friends got to where they needed to be. To do that, I fired up Map Studio and changed the projectile's initial velocity to 15. If that made no sense to you, then good. At least I can feel like my life's worth something. Just kidding. Basically, this makes the starting speed of the bubbles much faster. Like 5 times faster. Which means this turns into this. As you can see, we've turned basic bubbles into dart bubbles. I mean, those bad boys are moving faster than my great uncle twice removed when he sees a platter full of deviled eggs. Sorry, got a little carried away there. Anyways, I feel pretty content with this one, so let's keep spreading the holy word of modding to our next spell. You really thought Elden Stars could escape my grip? Haha, pathetic. In case you weren't already aware, the previously mentioned miracle is the biggest waste of potential ever, even more than Halo Infinite. See, it's one of the top spells for faith builds, requiring you to put a whopping 50 levels into the stat. With all that money, you'd think it would be half decent, but nope, not at all. It takes an absolutely absurd amount of time to charge up, and if you somehow manage to get it off, then you have to pray to the Lord above that it actually hits, because half the time, this big slow ball never actually explodes on the dude, so your only damage was the little star thing surrounding it. Enter Old Boy C. When I tell you this spell is a simple fix, I was lying to your face, because this was absolute hell to modify. See, with the Oracle bubbles, all the projectiles were the exact same. With this one though, I have to figure out which one of these is the big dot and which ones are the little balls. In the end though, I just upped the homing angle and speed of all the bullets, because to be real with you, they all need a makeover. I decided to go above and beyond with this one though, and nerfed the FP and stamina consumption in half, alongside making it have a quicker cast animation and new effects. Basically, I changed everything, because there was nothing worthwhile to keep around. Again, that probably made 0 sense to you, so let me just pull up a comparison on screen. Boom, nothing alike. Look, you can see the dragon action going on there and just, ooh, it's so clean to use. I'm uploading this to my Patreon, available for $15 a month. Nah, I'm just messing around. It should be on Nexus by the time this video's out if you want to try it for yourself. I know. Applaud me for making a regulation bin change free. I don't understand what the deal is with these legendary sorceries being the most garbage things to use, because Rykard's Rancor follows this trend perfectly. The gimmick of this one is that it fires towards your enemy and explodes along the path, which, while that sounds good on paper, I don't think Miyazaki actually test drove this in-game, because outside of very specific scenarios, there is no point to using this. Like, none. At this position in my modding journey, I want to get a little crazy, so it doesn't fire 1 projectile, it doesn't fire 2, nope, we can summon 3 schoolboys now. I'm in my angsty teen phase too, so screw it. It also triggers like 10 times faster, which basically means each bullet is speedy and there's a lot more explosions down the line. Take a look. Glorious. I don't care if it looks like something out of, I actually can't think of anything this would be in, but either way, if FromSoft decided to skimp out on this, then I'll do the exact opposite. Screw you. If you actually think Comet Azur is good, then I'll pull up your location right now, right on video. Look, this you little bro? Anyway, I know this is a bit of a controversial pick, because it is really good, if the boss stands still for 15 seconds. I mean, bruh, if the dude moves to the left even a little, then you're actually cooked. Sweet dreams, man, it's over. The big beam is pretty interesting because there's 5 things to edit: constant close attack, infrequent stagger shield, constant projectile, release final bullet, and initial cast close attack. Don't ask me what any of that means because I don't have the faintest idea. But since everything about this is good besides tracking, then the only thing we need to change is homing angle. Now, I edited all the bullets to have an angle of 45, which I think means it can turn up to 85 degrees, but I'm not exactly sure, so don't hold me on that. Jumping right into Melania here, you can see an immediate difference. You guys are definitely pretty used to seeing that shape, aren't you? As you bear witness, take a moment to admire it bending from left to right. That's not the only thing it can do either. It can also shoot straight up into the air. Crazy stuff. It's also not super overpowered either because I kept the long cast time and FP cost. I just made this thing more viable in general use cases. I have a love-hate relationship with Rennala's full moon. On the one hand, I used it to absolutely obliterate the queen herself. On the other though, I can't get over this insane wind-up time. I mean, it looks cool and all, but realistically, you are not getting this off during the Horalu fight. So, we're gonna absolutely rip this animation out of the game, just like how I Oh, my lawyer advised me not to finish this joke, sorry. Anyway, I replaced it with Raise Above and Fancy Slash. God knows who came up with that name, but either way, it's very informative. One interesting thing to note is that the moon starts off slow, 2.5 initial velocity, but gains acceleration over time, which is pretty cool, so I kept it there. That starting speed's abysmal though, so I decided to make it 15 because it seems much more fun. Surprisingly, everything else about this was actually decent. Homing angle of 100, max velocity of 100, I mean hey, it had the groundwork to be a good spell, so all it needed was a little nudge. Think of me as the dad, convincing their kid to roll down a steep hill in a tiny little car. Gotta push them out of their comfort zone. God, I'd be an awesome parent. I'm basically testing your attention span at this point, so here's what it looks like after I spiffed it up just a bit. The power of a haircut, you know? Crystal Burst. Jesus Christ, FromSoft, why? Just why? You're telling me Miyazaki looked at this and was like, yeah, that really needs to be in-game, because if I was working there, that developer's computer would have been thrown out the window the moment my eyes had to see this abomination. If you've been living under a rock and have no idea what I'm talking about, then let me explain. Crystal Burst is an entry-level sorcery requiring 18 points of intelligence, which is still pretty high for the hot garbage you get with it. See, when you click the magical R1 button, you get greeted by a blast so wide that not even Queso could get hit by every bullet. I'm sorry, Queso. If you've learned anything from this video, then you know exactly what we're changing. Homing angle, baby. This one normally has 0, which is just weird because most bullets in this game have a little bit, like 2 or 5, but nope. FromSoft really decided to give this one no redeeming qualities. That's why I changed it to 90. This makes it go from a shotgun to a close range battle spell, which looks pretty dang cool if I do say so myself. Low-key, I feel like out of all the edits I've made in this video, this one feels the most lore accurate. I don't know. Actually though, this might have been the most fun I've ever had making a video. Let me know if you want a part 2 or a different game down below because I'm more than happy to. Also, I do have this uploaded to Nexus now, so if you're interested, you can check it out. I can't promise it won't be absolute jank though. Anyway, thanks for watching my video out of the 3.7 million uploaded every single day, and bye!